Hi, boys and girls, little artists everywhere. Are you ready to draw along with me today? Well, it's the Winter Olympics, so I thought we'd start off with those beautiful Olympic rings, and then we'll draw all the Winter Olympic sports that will be taking place over the next couple of weeks in Beijing. So here we go. I've got a little picture here to use. I just Googled it on my iPad so that I could make sure and know what the rings look like, okay, and what color they are. So we're going to start off with blue and then black and then red and yellow and green, and those represent the different continents. And then we'll start with some sporting events that we know of that are going to take place with. All right, so I'm just going to practice that circle, and I'm going to make them pretty big across, but I'm going to leave room on the outside to illustrate some of those events that we're looking forward to watching. All right, so I'm going to start off with blue. I'm going to just circle it around a few times to make it a little bit bigger, and then we go with a black. I can find a black. There we go. And they kind of overlap a little bit. Whoops, that wasn't not a very good circle, but it will be okay. It's kind of a little caricature. And then we're going to get a bright red. And this is the 3 in the row. The bright red. And then we have a yellow that overlaps down there on the left-hand side. And then we have a green that is next. All right, now, you may have already taken off on some of your favorite sporting events. I am going to start off with a pair of ice skates to represent all the ice skating activities that will go on. So I'm just going to draw kind of like a sock. I'm going to draw some shoestrings going up. Very important to keep those shoes tied tightly. And then I'm going to stick some sort of a little ice skating blade on the bottom that I'm kind of familiar with what it looks like. Make those laces come down a little bit further. And I'm just going to color that boot in, because not only is there the ice skating where it's figure skating for men and women and partners, but we also have the racing. So I might even draw I'm going to draw a girl in a pretty dress. They like to wear things that kind of sparkle out, make her hands going out as she's doing some sort of romantic twist or twirl in the air, and maybe put her feet coming down on the ice, and maybe one leg, I don't know, maybe coming out like that. I don't know. That's good enough. All right, and then we have some skiers. So I'm going to draw some long skis and put some boots on that. Maybe put that skier coming down as fast as that person can go. In fact, I've got him leaning kind of back. I'm just kind of sketching out the drawing because I'm not very good at people. Y'all know that. Y'all could probably do better than me. But there's that. And then we also have that fun sport that has gained in popularity. It's called curling. And it uses the really, really heavy granite ball, and like a rock. It's got a smooth bottom, and it's on the ice. And so I'm just going to draw a big thing that looks like a rock and put a handle kind of on it to represent curling. And then those people that do this sport use some sort of a broom to warm up the ice and to make the ice slick, where they need the stone to go fast, and then they use it strategically to let the bumpiness of the ice slow it down, and then they go for a target. So let's put a target somewhere on our page, and I'm not sure what the colors of the target are that they're trying to hit. I'm going to do a red band, and then I'm going to do a yellow band, And then in the middle, I'm going to put green because that will be whatever's in the middle is, I'm sure, the closest to getting the highest points for the curling team. All right, now what about a snowboard? I'm sure you all can think of a fun snowboard to draw. I'm going to make just, it almost looks like a kind of a big bean, kind of the snowboard. And then they've got boots that they put their feet into. So I'm just going to draw some of the two places where they would put their feet into. And then I'm going to do some sort of a snowboarding ramp that they do, that they might use to snowboard up and down the ramp. Now, of course, I did it in green where we know it's going to be white and snowy, but at least it'll show up that way. And then I think I'll put some Olympic rings on my snowboard just because I'm representing everything there. All right, y'all can decorate with whatever designs that you all might want to. There is also the Bobsledding Team, so that is going to be up here at the top. I think I've used a lot of brown. I'm going to use orange. I mean, not blue. I'm going to use orange this time. And I am going to draw a bobsled, and it's just going to look again. I don't know that I'm drawing this correctly, but I'm going to just make it orange. And I can't remember how many people go into the bobsled. I think it might be a group of like 4 people, both men and women. So I'm just going to put those people in that bobsled. Boy, they go fast down those curly ramps. And they each have a job, and one pushes off, and it's so fun to watch. So be sure you do that. Don't forget, there's also the high jump. There's the lunge where the people just lay like this, and they're on some sort of a board and go careening through a tube. It's almost like a water slide, except for that it's on ice. So I think I'll draw one of those really quickly. And that's just going to be a person that's just got their hands straight down because they want to go as fast as they can. They don't want the friction of the air slowing them down. Boy, it looks, they keep their feet really close together. And somehow they just know how to change their bodies so that they can maneuver their way down those chutes. Now make sure you put a helmet on him because that is going at huge speeds. All right. And then one last thing that we didn't do was hockey. So I'm going to draw a black hockey puck and a hockey stick. How many of you all like hockey? Probably know these sports better than I do. So I'm going to do a hockey stick. And then I might even write some of the words like hockey. And the, let's see, the luge. That's spelled L-U-G-E. And then we've got curling, which is C-U-R-L-I-N-G. And we've got the alpine skiing and all sorts of speed skiing. And skiing is spelled S-K-I-I-N-G. And I'm going to use another color up here to put bobsled, B-O-B, and then sleigh is hard to spell. It's what I call a red word. S-L-E-I-G-H. So sleigh. It sounds like it ought to be S-L-A and maybe a Y on the end, but it's not. It's Bob, B-O-B, sleigh, S-L-E-I-G-H. So sleigh. That is definitely a word that does not sound like it's spelled. And then we've got skating, which is figure skating and speed skating. And that's spelled S-K-A-T. And then you drop the E and add I-N-G. Skating, curling, and then snowboarding. I've got to put snowboarding on here. Snow, S-N-O-W, board, B-O-A-R-D. And that is silent, the 2 vowels walking, O and the A. All right, so I should have drawn my Olympic rings a little bit bigger. So to make them stand out, I am going to put a red box around them in the middle of my picture, kind of having to overlap with some of the sporting events. And then up in the corner where I have a blank spot, I am going to put some helmets on those bobsledders so they're safe. And then I'm going to put Winter Olympics, OLYMPICS. And I'm going to put a bubble around that. And I have my Winter Olympic picture. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had fun drawing all the sports of the Winter Olympics and have fun watching. And please, until I see you next time, keep smiling and be kind to one another. Bye-bye.